Shalom family, Shemani Laya. Thank you for joining me at Unsectarian Wisdom as usual. I'm a healthy, wise, strong, protected, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. Family, first and foremost, I want to give all praise to the Most High Creator, the Creator of all things, and give thanks to my King, our King, Yahushua HaMashiach of Nazareth, who gave his life to give us the truth, to present us with the good news, to teach us right from wrong because we forgot, to be an example for the rest of us to follow. I thank the Most High. I thank the ancestors who prayed for us in the past, and their prayers have protected us to this day, even now. I thank the 24 elders who sit in the throne room who are also our ancestors. I thank the loyal and obedient angels who serve the Most High Creator by serving us and bringing our prayers into the throne room. The ones who tell us, don't bow to me because I am not the Creator. I am but a servant, here to do the will of the Creator. I thank the heavenly host of heaven. I thank the Most High. The realm of heaven, like I said, family, there's many heavens, but the main realm, the TVA realm, the realm where all the highest angels sit in the throne room, below the Creator, or beside the Creator, however you want to put it. I thank the Most High Creator. All glory be to the Most High Creator. All glory be to the Most High Creator, period. That's what I say, family. All glory be to the Most High Creator. It's been a minute, family, as usual. I don't want to get all up into, really ain't much to say. I'm a grieving type dude. That's all I can say. Just life. And I try not to, like I said, I don't really like doing videos if I don't feel it, or if I feel like my mind and my spirit are not in the right place. Especially because I don't want to lie to y'all. I don't want to affect y'all. I don't want my issues to come through the screen, or I don't want my issues to affect my teachings. So I wait until I feel like I really have a message. And today, man, I feel like I have a full-on message, family, and I hope y'all still with me 3 minutes in, especially those who've been rocking with me from the beginning, even though you might think I am what's the word? What's the word when people don't be showing up? When they say they gonna show up, they always be dipping out. What's that word? I'm trying to think, family. What's the word? Maybe it's fickle. It's not fickle. Anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. But let me go ahead and jump right in, family. So, how do I start this? Tell y'all about a dream I had, family. Man, when I tell y'all, family, this dream felt so real. I did something that I didn't think I'd ever do. It's not necessarily that I did something bad. Well, some people might think it's bad, but anyway, I think it's an interesting story, and I think you should listen because I think there's a message in it. So in my dream, I want to give y'all context. Like, it was a long dream, and I like to say complicated in some ways. But the first part of my dream, I can't remember if I was playing the game or if I was actually like taking part in this moment in time. But the best way I can explain it, it had to do with, imagine how people used to dress in the 1600s. Like, we talking about like the time around the conquistadors, and we talking about Columbus, right? Inquisition times, right? And some of the characters were, half of them were white, so-called white-looking people, and the other half were so-called Moors, or so-called black-looking people, right? So these were the characters. And my and I was trying to figure out where I was. You know, there was an ocean, there were ships, until my mind came to the area of Spain, Portugal, even Italy came up. Just that general area. So just stay with me. That's where my dream started. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I kind of, like I said, I remember maybe I was playing a game that had to do with the conquest during that time. Like maybe one of those games is like Command and Conquer games, or one of those games where you play as like a king or a leader of a country, and you building it from the ground up, and you build like granaries and barracks, and you build buildings, and you tell your people that you can control the little people in the computer. You tell them to go cut up wood or dig up coal and metals, because you helping them build up a nation. So maybe it was like a game like that, or maybe I was actually like really playing the game out, or playing the era out from the point of view of someone who was there at the time, and we were either at war or something like that. It was something to that extent, right? So now fast forward the dream. Now I'm with this older white man and this older white lady, and the older white lady was kind of like, man, she was old. Like, she was moving real slow. She was clumsy. Like, she was halfway away. Like, she wasn't even really verbal. She wasn't like really communicating. She was just there. Now, me and the white man, we had more like rapport. Like as people say, we was shooting the shit, right? We was giggling. We was talking. Like, I felt like I was a little more acquainted with him. So it was the three of us. And what was happening was, we were packing up a semi truck to go on like a trip. We were leaving. We were packing up because we were leaving and going somewhere. We were one place, and we were packing up our things, as in like we were moving. But instead of putting it in a regular car, we were putting it in the back of a trailer of a semi truck. So fast forward, we all get in the semi truck, right? The three of us. On the far right passenger side is the older white man. I'm sitting in the middle. And my seat, the way I can explain my seat, it's almost like one of those seats where it's like sitting halfway in between the back seat and the front seat. That's what it just kind of feels like to me. Or felt like maybe. Like sometime, I guess maybe it felt like I was sitting in the middle of them both, like in the front seat. But then it also felt like I was sitting in the middle in the back seat. But nonetheless, I was sitting in the middle. I don't know if that has to do with anything, if that's important, but I want to give you guys as much explanation about this dream as possible. And sitting in the driver's seat was the older white woman, right? The one who I just told y'all, like, she real old, she slow, like she could barely move, yo. Like, she wasn't even really coherent. Like, she wasn't even all there. But she's the one who's about to drive us in this semi truck, right? So anyway, we on the road, and like I said, this woman, this older white lady is driving a semi truck, and me and the dude, the older white dude, like I said, we still shooting the shit. We talking, we laughing, whatever. And what happens is, the lady, she's like kind of every now and then falling asleep at the wheel, or like passing out, or she's just like being in a daze, and just. And the truck is, and because of that, the truck is like almost hitting stuff and jerking, and we like, whoa, come on, like, hey, you don't have to wake up. You the one driving. You can't be sleeping. This is what we saying to her. Me and the other man, like, hey, you gotta stay up. You gonna kill us out here driving a semi, or you gonna cause an accident while you up here falling asleep at the wheel of a semi. I remember I told you, like, she a real small, real old white lady, like, just like. I can't. This bad life is just imagine a slow walking old white lady who seemed like she not even here no more. Like, she knocking on the doorstep of death. Really, that's how old she is and how she moving. But yet we decide that we gonna let her drive. So, and also I want y'all to know, family, I didn't smoke or nothing. I didn't drink. But I will say this: in the dream, I believe me and the white man had toked up though. I believe yeah, at some point I believe we that's why we was laughing and giggling because we had lit up a blunt. Um, I don't know if we let the old lady smoke. I don't think she might have had a cigarette, but I don't think we let her smoke. I think she was just slow because she was slow. So eventually, what happened was the old lady fell asleep again, and me and the man looked like, wake up, like, oh, whoa, whoa, get up, like you can't fall asleep. But this time when she fell asleep, she happened to be turning. No, she happened to be coming to a turn. So by the time she came to and the truck was going real fast, I felt like the truck was going somewhere between 70, 90 miles an hour, right? The semi truck. So by the time we got her up this time, she woke up just as we was coming to a turn. And to explain how this turn looked, I used to live I lived down south for a moment. You know, especially when I joined the military. I moved down south when I was about 18, 19. I don't live down south no more, but at the time, I lived there. And if you live down south, and one of the places I lived was Arkansas and Georgia. And if you live down south, you know there's a lot of places where they don't have. It's not like here on the. It's not like in major city areas where they have sidewalks. So you know it's just grass on the side of the road. So we came up to this area where on the left side was a building, and the highway was just going through this grassy area right in front of this building. The building almost looked like a warehouse, like a manufacturing plant type spot, right? So anyway, the old lady fell asleep or dozed off, or just went a blank while she was driving, and we brought her. And so we were like tapping her, hey, wake up! And just as we got her up, it was too late. The truck was coming to a turn. So when she came back to it, if anybody familiar with semi trucks, you're not supposed to make or try your best unless you're not supposed to make random turns or jerks, because especially if you got a heavy load in the back, you could flip the truck, you could flip the trailer. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to do that. So in this dream, guess what? The lady did it, right? So she flipped the truck. Well, the truck flipped, right? Because like I said, she came to, and like I said, we was coming to a turn and we was already going too fast. So she turned it. The truck ends up flipping, right? And as the truck flips, me, the old lady, and the old man, we fly out of the truck. Like I see us all literally, as the truck is flipping, fly out of the truck and midair, right? So now we all end up hitting the ground. So, but here's the thing. It's kind of like, even though it was an accident, I was so amazed because not only did it not hurt, but it wasn't a hard fall. So I'm already excited because I'm thinking like, man, that should have been worse. Like, don't be wrong, the truck is total. The truck is on the side. It's a big accident. Yeah, in that case, yeah, it's a big mess. But for the three of us who are inside the cab, it's a blessing because we all literally flew out of the cab and we hit the ground fine. Well, I think I saw the door of the truck as it was flying through the air. I think the door of the truck had hit the old woman. But nonetheless, it just gave her a little bit of bruising, nothing big. And she kind of landed in a little divot in the ground or a little hole, maybe a little foxhole if you want to call it that. And so anyway, all three of us are laying on the ground now, and we getting up, dusting each other off. And like I said, I'm thinking like, man, we good. What a blessing. Like, what? We could have been dead. I'm surprised. And on top of that, remember, me and the older man, we was smoking before. I just had in my spirit we had smoked a blunt for some reason. But we good. Like, we both up like, oh, man. So I'm, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, let me check on the old lady. You know, and so I look down, you know, looking, make sure she fine, right? And I remember hearing her moan for a second, like, oh, like, you know, like, cause she's all in shock. You know, that's the first time I heard her say something the whole dream. And I'm like, you are fine. And the crazy thing is, and I don't mean And I don't mean this in a mean way or nothing, a rude way, but in the dream, for some reason, I started singing Etta James. At last, I started singing At Last. And just as I was starting to sing it, right, at the same time I'm singing it, I happened to be helping the old lady up. But I caught myself and I'm like, ooh, I'm so sorry. Because here's the thing, family, y'all ever been in a situation where it's a bad situation and the only reaction you kind of have to it is to kind of smile and laugh because you thinking, whoa, this is crazy that this just happened, or it's a blessing that you are unscathed, you're alive, and all you can do is laugh. Like, you don't cry, you're not mad, you just, dang, that could have, you just like, oh, like, yo, that could have been worse. I'm alive, I can't believe it. So that was how I was feeling. And that kind of led to At Last My Love Has Come Along. That song. I didn't get to that point, but I just got to the At Last. And remember, I started singing that as I'm picking this older white lady up off the ground. And I catch myself and I'm like, ooh, I'm so sorry, man. Look, I said, I didn't mean no disrespect. Look, I'm not happy that you got hurt in it. The song just came out of me. And she was like, it's okay. She's like, it's okay. And then, and I guess fast forward a few seconds, maybe a few minutes, right? And in the dream, and we all just kind of, like I said, come into our senses, thinking about what just happened. And I remember the old lady she looked at me and she started singing, At Last My Love Has Come Along. And I kind of look at her because in my spirit I got embarrassed, and I'm like, oh, you really did hear that? I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm like, you heard that, huh? I'm like, look, I wasn't trying to be rude, explaining it to her, and she's like, don't worry, aren't you just glad that we landed on Earth? I said, this is what she said to me. Actually, no, let me not lie. Let me go back, because like I said, dreams are kind of weird, especially when you're trying to recall them. So what happened was, as I was picking her up, I sang the song, and I caught myself because all I got was the At Last. That's as far as I got before I caught myself. I'm like, why are you singing that song, man? Like, this is not the time. And I'm doing it while I'm picking this lady up because some people might take my joyfulness in this moment as disrespect because they think like, man, you see what's happening? Ain't nothing funny about this. Why aren't you taking this more serious? So that's why I had stopped and I told her, look, oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. And I think at that moment, as I was picking her up, she was like, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Aren't you glad that we landed on Earth? And I was like, what? And then right after that, she started singing At Last. And then that's when embarrassment came because I'm like, oh, you heard that? I'm like, oh, okay. I said, my bad. And she's like, it's okay. So then at that point, now fast forward, we three of us, me, the old white lady, and the old white man are sitting there. And we thinking, well, the thought came to me, I'm like, hey, one of us should be calling 911, huh? Like, all this just happened. We should be calling 911, huh? So, because, I mean, once you get in an accident, you're supposed to call 911. So, we should probably call. And they agreed. They're like, yeah, somebody just call 911. So we all start taking out our phone. I take out my phone, right? But for some reason, the dream, I guess, kind of fast forwarded there without my permission or me having any control over really what I'm doing. And when I was able to regain control or get a sense of what was happening, I noticed now I was walking. Remember I told you guys when the truck crashed, there was a building to the left of us off the highway. Like, the truck crashed right in front of a manufacturer looking building. And I just so be happening to walk into this manufacturer building. I walked into the front door, into like the inside lobby where the receptionist would sit. And at that moment, it's like came back to me. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm supposed to be doing something. Oh yeah, well, I'm supposed to be calling 911, right? Because we were just in a car accident. And that's what I'm talking to myself. I'm like, dang, I said, hold on. Let me look outside to see if I see somebody outside calling 911, because we all had agreed. Because I'm thinking like, well, maybe even though I'm taking long, one of them probably already called. So I'm turning around to look in the building to see if someone else was calling 911. And as I look out the building, look outside, now there's 5 white people. It's 4 white men and this one old white lady. And now they all sitting down on the side of, because remember I told you we landed in grass. And where we landed was almost like, it created like a little, at the top was the highway. But on the side of the highway, leading up to the building where I walked into, it created like a little hill, a little downslope. And these 5 people, and I think I saw 2 of them walk up at a time. At first, I think I saw the white woman and 2 white men sitting down. And then 2 other white men came up, walked over, and they just sat down. Like the 3 extra white men is like, they saw the accident and they came over to make sure everybody's okay. And instead of leaving or doing anything else after that, they just all sat down on the hill. And as I looked to look outside if anyone is dialing 911, they all 5 of them simultaneously turned to look at me while I'm in the building. And I'm looking like, dang, like ain't none of y'all calling 911, huh? I said, I guess I'm gonna have to call then, huh? I'm the one who's gonna have to call 911. So, because I'm thinking because I'm looking at them on the hill, ain't none of them moving, ain't none of them got no phone in their hand, they just sitting there looking. I'm like, dang, I guess I'm going to call 911. I'm like, we about to get in trouble because the cops going to get here, and they going to be like, man, why y'all took so long to call 911? So anyway, I get out my phone to call 911, and it's at this moment that I'm like, starting to wake up from this dream. So I'm halfway asleep and halfway awake, but the dream was so real and so vivid. I fell asleep near my phone is near me, so I was able to grab my phone, and I'm still in this daze. Like I said, I'm half awake, half asleep, and I'm just like, man, I'm like, was I just in an accident? That's what I'm saying. This is how vivid the dream was, family. I'm confused. I don't know which way is up. I'm thinking the dream was real still. I'm thinking like, dang it, was I just in an accident? Like, do I need to call 911? So what do? I take my phone out, my cell phone, and you know what I do? I dial 911, family. This is how real this dream is. I'm literally waking up from this nap, whatever, and I'm dialing 911. And by the time I finally, snapped out of it, came to and realized that it was a dream and I wasn't an accident and I'm laying in my home, I ended the call. And by then I'm thinking like, what am I doing, bro? Like, are you being dumb? Like, why did you just dial 911, bro? Like, what is wrong with you? Because this is how vivid the dream was, that I thought I literally had to call 911. I'm really trying to sit here and figure out if something had happened, if I had been in an accident. And my only thought to do was call 911. Like, no, I was really in an accident. This is how it really was, right? So I hang up. And then I'm thinking to myself, dang, I hope don't nobody call back. Because I remember when I was little, I had called 911 when I was a child, when we still had landlines. And after I hung up, they actually called back. And I was like, I said, dang, does it work like that now with cell phones since we don't have landlines? I said, I hope nobody call back or nobody show up at my door or something. Because I'm embarrassed now. But actually, they did call me back. The operator lady, they called back. I picked the phone. It was a woman on the other line. She's like, hello, this is the operator. We just got a hang-up call from your cell phone. Is everything all right? And I said, you know what, ma'am? You're not going to believe this. I apologize. I was having a nightmare, a bad dream. And in the dream, I was in an accident. And I thought it was real. So real that when I woke up, I called 911, and by the time I realized it wasn't real, it was too late, and I hung up. So I apologize. I didn't mean to do that. There is no emergency. I know that sounds crazy. And the lady just kind of laughed and giggled. She laughed. She said, she laughed and giggled. She said, you know what? It's all right. She's like, that actually happens more than you think. So literally, family, so I said, the dream is so real, family, that I called 911. I thought this is how real it was. I'm tripping. So, but at that time, my spirit, so I'm up now, and I'm thinking like, hold on. This dream was just like, it was so in my face. I was like, no, let me check these numbers out. So I go check these numbers, and matter of fact, I'm going to switch the screen over, right? So the first website I go to, family, is Actually, no, not that one. I went to Gematria, right? And this is Gematria. I put in 911. Matter of fact, let me I want to look this up real quick. Wef. What's this word? I keep thinking, what's Wef? Wef meaning World Economic Forum. Huh. Let's see what meaning. Confuse. A hodgepodge, confuse, medley, jumble. World Economic Forum. Definition. Okay. Let's see what Webster talking. Merriam-Webster. WEF. Often not capitalized with effect. Okay, no, that don't say nothing. Okay, well, Merriam-Webster ain't got nothing to say about it. I was just curious because I just want to know what the heck that mean, family. What's dictionary.com say? No results, but world. Okay, so the best thing, maybe that's what it means. World Economic Forum, Economic Forum. But anyway, so divine feminine. Remember the old? There's in my dream there was just the one older white lady. So, divine light, global currency, heaven's code, secret code of the Freemasons, Marker Christopher Girk, 9/11 FEMA, Freddie Mercury feud, microchip population, Superman Day, division, post-tribulation, Obama restored the Moors. Huh. So, Obama restored the Moors. Anyway, around this time, I just stopped. Family, I'm thinking about stuff as I'm going because I'm learning right now. This just happened. So, anyway, that's around the point I stopped. I'm like, okay, these are some random words. Okay, reference with 9/11, so let me keep going. So I kept going. So I said, let me go to another website I go to. This is another website I usually go to right here. The meaning of numbers in the Bible. And it started off like this, and obviously you can read it, but I'm going to read it myself. The possible meaning of the number 9/11 is derived from the events both within the Bible and outside of it. In the United States, the number 911 is used as a shorthand reference to to the events that transpired on its soil on September 11, 2001. It is on this date that terrorists hijacked several planes and carried out a series of attacks. They killed 2,996 people and injured more than 6,000 others in America. And matter of fact, numbers, remember family, several planes. One meaning people have derived from 9/11 is that the events were like an alarm, warning the U.S. to take seriously those who threaten its homeland and wish to undermine its global influence. All right, and then it says, one reason why 9/11 seems to resonate with many who witnessed 2001's horrifying acts of terrorism is its link to emergencies. And actually, family, I'm 33 now. I was in, I think maybe second or third grade. Wait, no, 9/11. That was 2001. Oh yeah, I was about 11. No, I was 11. I'm trying to think. I was. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe I was, what grade I was. I forget what grade. I know I was in elementary school. It was somewhere between second and third grade, I believe. Or second and fifth grade. No, I know somewhere between second and fourth grade I was in during 2001 9/11. But I remember they played they took it to the cafeteria and they were playing it on the TV screens at school, and parents are coming to get their kids and all that. Anyway, so I witnessed this first one. I witnessed 9/11. So what it's saying is true. Because of this, and then I was kind of skimming through, so I'm not gonna read it all, this part verbatim, because for a reason I didn't. I also read this part because of its rich symbolism. It is highly likely Jesus was born on God's annual feast day, known as the Feast of Trumpets, in 5 BC, the first full feast day of his human-based existence. Therefore, was the Day of Atonement. In the year of his birth, this period of fasting and worshiping God occurred on September 11th, right? The calendar rules used to determine when to celebrate God's annual feast days. makes any of the fall festivals falling on or including September 11th. Quite rare. Yeah. But let me keep going down. And then I came to here. The marking the righteous. 9/11 has a subtle appearance in the King James Bible. The 9th chapter of Ezekiel has 11 verses. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 11, reveals the rather unique way God planned to protect the righteous while he executed his wrath against the house of Judah and Jerusalem. The prophet Ezekiel, while living in Babylon as a captive, is given a vision by God. The vision shows him some of the abominable sins being committed by those still in Jerusalem, which includes those who serve at the temple. Such perverse disobedience angers God to the extent that he decided to personally punish his people. Have you seen, O Son of Man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they do the hateful things which they do here? For they have filled the land with violence and have turned to provoke me to anger still more. Before carrying out his wrath, however, God commands a man dressed in linen to use a writer's inkhorn to mark the righteous. And the Lord said to him, the man with the writer's inkhorn, go through in the midst of the city, in the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark on the foreheads of the men who are groaning and are mourning because of all the abominations that are done in her midst. The Lord after the righteous are marked. The Lord after the righteous are marked, then commands a group of 5 men, likely angels, to execute his wrath. Go through the city after him and slaughter. Let not your eyes spare nor have pity. Fully destroy old men, young men and virgins, and little children and women. But do not come near any man on whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. And then verse 11 of Ezekiel. The last verse of the chapter reveals what happened after God's wrath was carried out. And behold, the man clothed with linen, with the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I've done as you have commanded me. So I stop right there, family, and let me go back to what happened. So, and then I'm about done explaining, and I'll go back to what I was just reading. Oh, and then no, I also checked. Let me go back real quick. But I stopped reading it right there, but then I also went to Etta James. And this is why I realized, in a way, the Etta James song, At Last, is spiritual in a way. It's spiritual in a way, and I never realized it before. I always look at it as, a good wedding song when you're talking about people in the flesh loving. But now when I look at it from the point of the dream, it actually has spiritual meaning. It says, at last, my love has come along. My love, or aka the Most High, the Holy Spirit, Yahushua, my lonely days are over. A lot of us who are of the true tribes of Yisrael, we've been feeling, especially those who have been chosen, those who have been studying, seeking out the word, and we've been ostracized by our family and so-called friends, and we've been beat down, and people talk about us, and people have tried to take our lives. People tried to fight us, just all types of stuff. If you on this path, seeking this narrow path, you know what I'm talking about. You know how lonely it can get. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. And remember, songs can be short, family. So really, our life compared to the Most High is like what? A blink of an eye, right? We here today, gone tomorrow. To us, it seems long and drawn out. But really, when you really look at the bigger picture, and you have a deeper understanding of the word and life and the meaning of life and how life works according to the Most High Creator who is outside of time. Remember, one day to the Most High is like 1,000 years. One day on earth is like 1,000 years of heaven. It's like a blink of an eye here, right? That's what they say. And life is like a song. Oh, yeah. At last, the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you. Matter of fact, I want to look that up real quick, family. Hold on. Clover. What? I know what? Hold on. Meaning. Hold on. I just want to look something up real quick, family. Many Celtic traditions were blended with the new religion over the years, and the importance of the clover was one of them. The four-leaf clover meaning became intertwined with Christianity. So the first three leaves came to represent faith, hope, and love. And the fourth leaf, God's grace or luck. What's it say right here? Exploring the meaning of the clover flower, symbolizing fortune, growth, and the manifestation of dreams. Okay, I'll take that. Hope, love, luck. Okay, so yeah, like I said, the Most High, love, and manifestation of dreams. I'll take that. I'll take that, family, for what I'm talking about right now. But anyway, let's go back to the lyrics. The skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in a clover. The night I looked at you. I found a dream that I could speak to. A dream that I could call my home. I found a thrill to press my cheeks to. A thrill that I've never known. You know, to me, that's speaking of the Most High now. It's speaking of the Spirit. This is like, for those of us on the narrow path, this is what we ask for, because we've gone through much suffering here in the flesh now by this time on the earth, that all we look forward to now a lot of times is we look forward to the Most High, or the coming of a Messiah, hopefully, or the day the Most High calls us home, so that we can go home finally. Some a semblance of victory, right? A truth. That's what we look towards. And then it says, you smiled. You smiled. Oh, and then the spell was cast. And here we are in heaven. For you are mine at last. As my mom has been reminding us more lately, reminded me, my mother's been reminded, you know, how the word says we'll be changed in the twinkling of an eye. You know, and here we are in heaven. At last, the Most High has called us home. At last, the Most High has called us home. At last. Man, and even now, it's kind of choking me up. Family, because look, now let me tell you what happened. So after I read that, after I did that little research real quick out of my dream, this happened within, I think I woke up from some, all this happened between 12, I don't know, in the afternoon, maybe like 12:55, 58, all the way up till I decided, no, I need to call my mother. I need to call my mother and tell her about this dream, because the dream, like I said, the dream was so vivid. And as I'm calling my mother and the phone is ringing, I just happened to, look, I fell asleep with my computer on. So I want y'all to know that a lot of this happened. I wasn't thinking. I woke up frantic from the dream. I called 911. I'm tripping. So I didn't really do too much. My computer was already gone. So, like I said, I'm calling my mother now. And as the phone is ringing, I guess something told me to look at, you know, the computer screen and look at what time it was. And family, I didn't realize, and it might not mean nothing to you, but sometimes the days blend together, I don't be paying attention, or you just don't be paying attention at all to what day it is or whatever. And I see the time. The time is 1:11, 111. Message right on time. I just happen to be calling my mother, phone ringing at 1:11. So that's a sign from the Creator. I'm on the right path. Family, when you see these numbers, first and foremost, understand the numbers. When you see these numbers in certain order, especially when you see repeating numbers like 111, 222, 333, 444, 911, 411, 511, 23, 23, 22, 22, 33, numbers like that. When you see these numbers and they catch your eye, family, they're messages from the divine that you're at least on the right path. Yes, there's deeper meanings, but the number one first meaning is that you're on the right path. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing right now. So I saw that number, and then I saw that today was the 9th, family. So the 9 plus the time 111, even though it's 9,111 and it's not just 911, it's still 911. Didn't even realize in family, when I saw this, something came over my spirit. It was like it was almost like You ever been in church, family, and the pastor is giving a sermon, and the sermon just happens to speak to you where you are in your life at that moment? Let's just say, matter of fact, this even happens sometimes in bad churches, because the Most High chooses the Most High chooses who it wills to speak to you, to His people, when they need it, even through a BS pastor who might be doing wrong in this. So, but there are some good pastors, regardless of whatever. But anyway, I'm not Christianity no more. I'm not in no religion. I'm about just studying the Word and worshiping the Most High. It ain't about the religion. It's about the Word and the wisdom that come from it. Anyway, let me not get too deep in that right now. But it's like I had this reaction, this visceral reaction. Oh, no, not visceral. That's not the right word, I don't think. Anyway, maybe it is. Anyway, but I had this immediate reaction when I saw that it was 111. It was like something happened in my spirit, which is why I brought the church, that brought me to but to like cry. Because it's like I felt the spirit at that moment. I felt something like, this is something. This is a message. This is happening. And that dream was real. The Most High was trying to show me something or tell me something, right? And I just started to tear. And oh man, family. And so, I get on the phone, I tell my mother about my dream, and I mention, what time it was. And then I had no idea. It wasn't intentional for me to call her 111. I didn't even realize it was the 9th. This is how out of it I've been in just days, right? So anyway, I want to go back to right here, right? Oh, let me go back to here. So it says, before going back to Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, before carrying out his wrath, however, God commands a man dressed in linen, likely an angel, to use a writer's inkhorn to mark the righteous. And remember, family, usually linen is represented with what? White, right? Like when people talk about they have a linen party, it's assumed linen, you're going to wear something white. We wear white, and in my dream, remember, the two people I were with were so-called white people. Yes, we know their skin isn't really white. It's beige or pink or tan color. But nonetheless, we know who we're talking about referring to. So the two angels in my dream, well, let me not say that. I mean, look, that's what my mother was giving me interpretation of after I was telling her the dream. And, and now when I think about it and after what I read, so maybe you won't get that same interpretation, but that's one of our interpretations. Before carrying out his wrath, however, God commands a man dressed in linen, and it says likely an angel, to use a writer's inkhorn to mark the righteous. And the Lord said to him, the man with a writer's inkhorn, go through the midst of the city in the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark on the foreheads of the men who are groaning and are mourning because of all the abominations that are done in her midst. The Lord after the righteous are marked. They commanded a group of 5 men, likely angels, to execute his wrath. And remember, family, I told you in my dream, right? I told you in my dream, after I went into the building to call 911, I turned back to look outside to see if anyone's dialing 911. And what did I see? I saw 5 white people. Linen meaning white. 5 white people sitting on the side of the hill, looking at me, waiting for me to call 911. Nobody was on their phone calling. They was waiting for me to call 911, right? Interesting, right? Just saying. I just want to show y'all the similarities. It just said 5. There were 5 white people sitting on the side of a hill looking at me. And it said in Ezekiel, 5 angels, right? Linen, white people, aka and then the 5 people. Okay, so, but also let me hear this. Go back to here. Before carrying out, okay, it says, oh, let me go back. Now it says, have you seen, O son of man? And remember, this is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 17, I believe it's saying right here. Have you seen, O son of man? Is it a light thing of the house of Judah that they do the hateful things which they do here? For they have filled the land with violence and have turned to provoke me to anger still more. Before carrying out his wrath, however, God commands a man dressed in linen. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Oh, let me go back here. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 1. And also Ezekiel 8. The prophet Ezekiel, while living in Babylon as a captive, is given a vision by God. The vision shows him some of the abominable sins being committed by those still in Jerusalem. Now, family, I want you to think of two things. Remember, yes, our people are the true people of the lost tribes. We are the true descendants of Yisrael, my melanated people. So we talking about two different people. We talking about the Ashkenazis and we talking about us. So in the Americas, and by way of the Mormon Bible, as I always say, get your Mormon Bible and read it, family. That's your history. That's our history book. That's the story about the lost tribes, right? So right now in America, like thinking about places like Chicago, New York, other cities I ain't mentioned, our people, especially our young men, are involved in a lot of gang violence, and then also our people are very caught up. Most of our people, the 2/3, are caught up in the beast system. They all want to be athletes. They all want to be actors. They all want to be rappers and singers, and they want to, they want to be a part of the beast system, and they want to do things that they know are contrary to the word of the Most High. Well, I'm not saying they know. Some of them don't know because they ain't go to church growing up. They don't ever pick up the word and read. They don't really know nothing about the word. They just doing what they want to do. They want to do what pleases their flesh, right? And not saying you got to go to church to know. You can pick up a Bible and read and know, and the Most High, that'll be your church. But they won't even do that, let's be honest. Let alone go to church. Of course they're not going to read, the majority of them. So you got Israel over here acting up, committing abominations when we are supposed to be a representation of the Most High. Family, our people right now, once again, our people are, like for instance, when I see these, I've been seeing a lot of videos lately of so-called black people, because our skin is brown, who are a part of the Freemasons or the Eastern Stars, and they doing these walks down south where they all get together, like a whole crowd of them. Like for instance, they do the Selma. They walked over the Selma Bridge, like the movie Selma with Martin Luther King, where they come together and do these walks, and they wearing these tuxedos and these white dresses, white linen. And the thing is, family, what's wrong with our people, what I see is the same issue that was wrong with our people back in the day with Samuel and Saul. And when our people came to Samuel and asked Samuel to ask God to give us a king, because they wanted to be like the Gentile nations around them. And God sent a message, or the Creator sent a message to Samuel and told Samuel, this is an evil thing you asked for. This is a sinful thing. That this is wrong. Why am I not good enough? Am I not good enough? Because remember, family, our people aren't into the spirit much. So our people can't comprehend the spirit. The spirit of the Most High is in all of us. But because of our actions and our lack of faith, we don't want to listen to the spirit. So we rather have a fleshly figure, a man in the flesh sitting over us. And it's the same thing today. Our people our so-called black leaders, or people of color, or brown people, all they want to do is say, what's wrong with us right now? It's because we're not going to the colleges, right? Or we not joining these Greek organizations. We don't have all these degrees. We don't have a career in the private sector or in these corporations. We not sitting in an office. We not driving BMWs, or we ain't got all this blah, blah, blah money. In other words, we not supporting the beast system. That's what's wrong with us, right? We won't come into alignment with the European lifestyle. And that's why we suffering. This is what's wrong with our people right now, because we've thrown away our true inheritance, the true ways of our ancestors, our traditions, which the Most High gave us in the Word, and we'd rather take on European traditions. So when I see these Boule people, these Masons and these Eastern Stars marching, dressed, all I see is, once again, just our people still don't get it. We want so bad. We always talk about so-called black power and that we being oppressed by the so-called white man, and that we need help and they got our boot on our neck. But all we want to do is copy them and emulate them. Like, it's crazy, especially when I hear these black power people. It's like black power, but then turn around and be like, go vote for the next white man or white woman, or to be over you in the court system. Go vote. Go vote. Go do Go vote in order to change laws. When they've showed us time and time again, I don't care what laws we have. We're still going to shoot y'all down like dogs in the street. They don't care what laws are passed. And it's like our people still won't get it. They still won't understand what time it is. They still won't come to the conclusion of what they need to do because they too busy wanting to be like everybody else instead of who the Most High ordained us to be, which is an example to the rest of the world, which is to be an example because we are the example of the Most High. We are the lost tribes of Israel. We are a nation of priests and priestess. We want to do everything except what we're supposed to do. And this is what, is on my mind these past few days and even right now, these 2/3. But then also back to what I was saying. Let me go back because I know I went on a tangent. Because, like I said, my people, our people, so-called is Yisrael, the lost tribe. Like I said, family, we want to be like these Europeans so much. We want to be like them so much we throw away our own heritage. We don't want to return back to the Most High. We want to be like them. We want to keep up with the goddamn Joneses. Anyway. So the prophet Ezekiel, and it brings up reference chapter 1, verse 1 in Ezekiel chapter 8. The prophet Ezekiel, while living in Babylon as a captive, is given a vision by God. The vision shows him some of the abominable sins being committed by those still in Jerusalem, which include those who serve at the temple. And now, family, guess what? What do we got going on, right? 333 is 333 as I get to this part. Hey. So I was seeing 333 a lot the other night, family, when I was with my neighbor. And man, when I tell you the Most High was sending signs, I thank the Most High. Boy, so many signs and threes coming up while I'm sitting here talking to this man and giving him man, that's crazy. Anyway, let's keep going. Remember, it said once again, the abominable sins being committed by those still in Jerusalem. Right? Okay. Who's still in Jerusalem? What's going on right now in the so-called promised land right now with this war between Israel and the citizens or people of Palestine or Gaza, right? What's going on? That's going on right now, but also what else is going on there right now, right? Hold on, let me bring this up, family. Oh man, I did something I was supposed to do. I wasn't supposed to I took something down. But anyway, I'm gonna bring it up. Give me a second, family. Bear with me.
A massive altar already awaits, where the heifers are to be burned.
Hold on, family.
A secure...
Okay, hold on. This is what's going on in Jerusalem right now. I'm not sure. I don't think it happened. Maybe it happened. They tell nobody. But this is what's going on right now over in Jerusalem. What they've been talking about. But hold on, let me turn this down and make sure it's not too loud for the thing.
A massive altar already awaits, where the heifers are to be burned. According to some believers, the ceremony needs to be performed right. A massive altar already awaits, where the heifers are to be burned. According to some believers, the ceremony needs to be performed right here on the mountain. A massive altar already awaits, where the heifers are to be burned. According to some believers, the ceremony needs to be performed right here on the Mount of Olives, looking directly into where the temple once stood. A secure, undisclosed location are these red heifers, to be precise. Some Jews and Christians believe they're the key to rebuilding the historic Jewish temple in Jerusalem and to beckoning the Messiah. To understand, you have to go back nearly 2,000 years when the ancient Romans destroyed the last temple in the city to rebuild it. These believers point to the Bible's book of Numbers. It commands the Israelites to sacrifice a red heifer without defect or blemish, and that has never been under a yoke. Only then can the temple rise again. Caring for them on an Israeli settlement in the West Bank is Yitzhak Mamo.
So we have here, after a long research, we find in Texas.
Texas?
Texas, United States of America.
Texas Red Angus, flying them 7,000 miles to Israel.
This is not a publicity stunt.
What do you mean? Meaning, this is something you take very seriously. Harry Potter is a good story. The Bible is not story. The Bible is a way of God to lead us.
Hold on, fam. I got another one for you real quick. Hey, I know I replayed that a few times at first, but just bear with me because of the sound. I wanted to make sure because sometimes when I play these clips, it overwhelms the mic
that says
and it be too loud and it sounds gargled and you can't even hear it. So I need to probably turn this one down again. So I'm gonna play this one. So just listen, family. And something came to me.
Article that says rabbis petition government to allow Passover sacrifice on the Temple Mount, but Arabs decry the attempt. The Jewish people, of course, want to do their sacrifice on the Temple Mount, their Passover lamb sacrifice, but they have to do it outside on stone altars because they don't have the temple location. Within this article, it talks about how they want to get the red heifers ready to purify the temple location so they can do it actually there next year, and the red heifers to be sacrificed to purify the area for the third temple and for where they will do the sacrifices. They'll be ready for the Passover of next year, just 1 year away.
So with the purification sacrifice using the ashes of a 3-year-old red heifer as early as Passover 2024 potentially means that the rebuilding of the temple could take place immediately or shortly thereafterwards. However, before they can move forward with the rebuilding of the temple, they have to have all of the temple furniture, including the Ark of the Covenant. The Israeli government has recently made this statement.
The Israeli government finally admits that they have the Ark of the Covenant. This is literally going to be the biggest shift in the human species, and I'm going to show you why. Overwhelmingly exciting, Lost Ark is not an accurate description for Jewish people's point of view. The Ark is hidden, and hidden quite well, but not lost. They go on to say that this was all a backup plan from Solomon. The wisest man oversaw the construction of a vast system of labyrinths, mazes, chambers, and corridors underneath the Temple Mount. He commanded that a special place be built in the bowels of the earth where the sacred vessels of the temple could be hidden. This is what I've been saying the whole time, because the book of Maccabees, which was written 150 years before Christ and was in the original King James, has something to say about this. Jeremiah came and found a cave dwelling and brought there the tent, the ark, the altar of incense, and sealed up the entrance. When Ron Wyatt found the chamber that had the Ark of the Covenant in it, he said the entrance was sealed. Continuing on with the Maccabees, the place shall remain unknown until God gathers his people together again and shows his mercy. That happened in 1948, and Solomon asked that the place should be specifically consecrated. What place? The place the Ark of the Covenant was hidden? It's all a backup plan from Solomon. Just like the book of Maccabees says, 150 years before Christ. So why is this going to cause the biggest shift in the human species ever? Because when the world finds out that Christ's blood fell onto the Ark of the Covenant, everyone's going to know that Christ is king for the rest of time.
Okay, family. Y'all saw that. Just bear with me. Bear with me real quick, family. I want to show y'all something. Remember how I'm showing y'all what's going on in Israel, but at the same time what's going on with real Israel over here in the so-called United States of America, right? And this just came to me while I'm sitting here talking to y'all. So just bear with me, right, family? Hold on, I want to show y'all something. Hold on, okay. Hold on. Okay, so while they over there talking about sacrificing the red heifer in Jerusalem, right? And remember, family, one of the reasons I was talking about once again that our people are ignorant because we want to be like the Europeans so bad. And because we want to be like the Europeans, what it's caused to happen is, family, is our people have sinned against the Most High, and the Europeans who know who we are, or at least the higher ups, they use our gifts and our powers given to us by the Most High against us, right? So, like for instance, why do you think, family, the most popular singing artists in the world are our people? Like for instance, Who just top? Who lately has been going to the tops of the country music charts, right? Beyonce and two other new black country artists, right? But even then, remember when MTV Family and MTV first came out, it was about rock and roll. But then by the time, I don't even know if MTV's around still. Is it still on? I don't know. But before MTV's decline, remember Family? It was all just rap, hip hop type music. It was black people every, like, MTV Awards might as well have been BET. This is the power that our people have. Matter of fact, you notice how whenever, especially in the Asian countries, all over, look, family, everyone hates us, but everyone loves to emulate us because that's the power that we have as the children of the Most High, family. And our enemy has brainwashed us and used our gifts against ourselves. So instead of us using this same power to the power of ours that they use and hijack from us to draw people into sin, into living the way of Babylon, into acting like hooligans in the street, because now hood culture is like, it's going all over the world, especially Asia, right? So instead of using our power, our God-given gifts, to draw people to the Most High, which is what's supposed to do, to draw people to the Word, to draw people to the truth of the Most High, we've been using our power to this whole time to serve Babylon and their needs. We've been using our power to serve the beast system, we've been using our power to draw people into sin. This is what's been happening to us, family. This is why the Most High is angry. And they talking about sacrificing the red heifer, right? Okay, I got you. Now I'm going to show you the difference between in Israel, where they're sacrificing the red heifer, and what's happening here in the Americas, right? Hold on, family, hold on. And this has been all over TikTok lately, these past few days too. I'm about to show y'all. I'm going to show you the sacrifice of the and forgive me. Stop it. Why? See, I hate when that happens, man. When the computer be going slow and you be trying to get it to pause and it won't listen. Anyway, I'm about to show y'all now the sacrifice of the red heifer with the true Israelites in the Americas. The sacrifice of the Most High's people. The sacrifice of our dignity. The sacrifice of the word. Right? Our sacrifices show that we'd rather serve Babylon. Well, not me. I don't want to serve Babylon, but for the 2/3, I'm talking about the 2/3. Anyway, and as I say that, I was at 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 30-something seconds. Anyway, let me show you the sacrifice of the red heifer in America. Here is the sacrifice of the red heifer in the Americas, family. Here we go. Hold on. Let me make sure. Look at this. And that's all, family. Look, that's all. Look, I don't know it, but you see, family, you see the symbolism. Look, hold on. You see a Israelite woman with red hair on, shaking her butt. Remember, a heifer is what, a female cow, right? And red, but she got red hair. This is what the rapper Sexy Red, and she's doing what? She is on an altar, basically, right? An altar is stage, right? Family, come on. An altar is stage. You see, this is the altar. And she's sacrificing her dignity. The dignity of Israel. Right? On the stage of whose stage? Whose altar? The European stage. And you see how he happens to be wearing a 77? You see that, family? You see how he wearing a Look, family, the numbers, the truth is right in front of us. Look at this. This is the sacrifice of the red heifer. Of the red heifer. And what is the temple these days? Family, when you go to a lot of these concerts today, family, these concerts, people be talking about a lot of these concerts feel like rituals. Like religious rituals and sacrifices that a lot of these stars, remember, family, a lot of these Hollywood elite, so-called elites are satanic, family. And they here to push the agenda of Babylon. You know, of the whore of Babylon, right? And this is what Sexy Red is representing right now. The sacrifice of the red heifer, right? Oh, family, come on. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? This is happening here right now in the States. Also, it is also happening in Jerusalem at the same time between the two Israels. The counterfeit Israel in Jerusalem and the counterfeit Israel in the Americas. Family, 911. 911. This is what's going on right now. Hold on. And then the 7, look, I'm trying to remember the 7, but the 7 has to do, family, you know, look, I've been slacking on my studies lately, family. I'm sorry. So the 7, look, forgive me, but hold on. I want to look up this 7 real quick. And cuz that's 77. And also, family, I remember seeing a video of during the Zach Bryan at the end at this concert, right? Hold on. There's a clip. I wish I would have saved it now. Okay, but anyway, I can't find it, family. But I know they'll be conflicting. But apparently, I remember seeing another part of some Okay, anyway, they were saying that at some part during the Zach Bryan concert, he brought out a choir of black people, a black like gospel choir, and they started singing to Jesus. And at that moment, they said a big portion of the crowd, a lot of people stayed, but they also said a big portion of the crowd actually turned around and walked out. But that's also symbolic of America turning its back on, look, we know his name ain't Jesus. We know it's a man of color named Yahushua. We know the truth. But nonetheless, family, remember, a lot of us who on this path right now, we grew up in the Christian church. And we grew up praying to Jesus. We grew up calling the name of Jesus. But by the grace of the Most High, by the favor of the Most High led us to the truth. Led our hearts to search, to study, to look deeper. And we found Yahushua, the real name. So in this case, it's not the name that matter. It's the power. It's the intention behind it. The Creator knew who we are talking to. The Creator knows who we were looking for. So the Creator led us to the true Yahushua HaMashiach of Nazareth. So it's not about the name. But at the same time, this is symbolic of how people feel about Yahushua, period. And how people feel about the true Yisraelites. I'm not talking about the sexy red part, but the choir part. This is how most people feel. Most people don't care about the word. They don't want to hear nothing about no Jesus, let alone Yahushua. They don't want to hear none of it. They trying to live their best fleshly life, family. And this is the truth for most people today. So them people who walked out because of the choir, whatever, that shows you where their heart is. They don't care nothing about that. They want to live in sin. They don't want to change. 911. But hold on, let me hold on, let me see. Was this
So this show?
Okay, anyway. Let me hold on. Let me bring it. Okay, hold on. Family, I'm always yelling when I'm talking. I apologize. I know I be doing that. Okay, hold on. Let's read what it says right here. That website. Meaning of numbers. The number 77. While the number 77 rarely occurs in the Bible, far more common is the appearance of double sevens, some of which have a special meaning. Noah wanted to determine the statutes of the water after the great flood. He sent out a raven and later a dove from the ark. The dove returned without any symbol of life. 7 days later, he resent the dove. This time it returned with an olive leaf, proving that the waters had almost completely subsided, although the ground was likely still waterlogged. He waited yet another 7 days. and sent the dove yet again. This time it did not return, which meant that the ground was dry enough for many kinds of animals. What else? The book of Psalms, Psalm 77. Your way, O God, is in holiness. Who is so great as our God? You are the God who does wonders. You have declared your strength among the people. Egypt's Pharaoh at the time of Joseph receives 2 sets of dreams. Each set contains double sevens, symbolizing a 7-year period of plenty followed by 7 of famine. Joseph's inspired interpretation of the dreams not only earned his freedom from prison, but also the reward of becoming Egypt's second most powerful person. So I want you to notice something, family. Egypt's Pharaoh at the time of Joseph received 2 sets. And what have I been talking about right now? 2 different Jerusalems. 2 different Israels. The fake ones over in the land right now, the Ashkas, and us, the real Israel. Because what does it say in Revelation? Right? They say there will be those who will call themselves Jews, but they're really the synagogue of Satan. That's the 2 difference, right? The 2 difference, right? Also, what's it bring up here? Esau and Jacob, number 7. God, when twin brothers Esau and Jacob were born, declared Jacob born second would become greater than the firstborn, Esau. Years later, Jacob, taking advantage of his brother's hunger, convinces Esau to sell him his birthright. So, once again, family, look, Jacob, Esau, you saw the image I showed you on stage, right? Representing who? The 2. Jacob, the real Jacob, and then Esau wearing the 77 on his shirt, representation of those Ashkas over there in the so-called Holy Land at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, family, I hope y'all seeing the symbolism. Hold on. We don't need to go through and read all that. We just want to get just some quick reference points, family. Matter of fact, let me go back to let me go ahead and cut that off. Let me go back to what's Gemara 77. Field code, peach. Okay, well, all black. Okay, I don't really see too much on this right now of that. But anyway, family, hold on. Let me get my book out and see what it's saying about this 77. The 7s, you know, family. The 7 is also completion. I know that. The Sabbath is on what? The 7th day. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Just trying to get a reboot on my mind, family. Just trying to show y'all these signs and these symbols. It all means something. Family, even if that man, let's say, look, he might not have known why he wore that shirt with 77. But it happened for a reason. And I'm pulling up my phone, and right now I have 7 screens up on my phone. Hold on, family. I'm just saying, family, just giving. And it just so happens, hold on. Actually, no. I'll be a lie if I said that. No, okay. Anyway. Give me a second, family. Hold on. And remember, family, it is finished. Completion, right? Yahushua died on what? The 7th day, right? The Most High Creator, the Creator, finished his work on what? The 7th day as well? So 7, double 7. Anyway, family, I wanted to look, I just wanted to share this dream with y'all, family, and do your own research. Hold on, let me see if I get one more thing in here real quick. Yeah, because it's coming to it. I don't want to drag it on because it's been a minute. This is a long time just for one dream. Which, I mean, look, I'm going to put the info out there anyway, but I'm just saying, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I just, hold on, one second. Bear with me, family, bear with me. Okay, hold on. I'm reading from this book right now, 777 and Other Kabbalistic Writings of Aleister Crowley. I'm reading, okay, and I'm reading on page 44. 44 is the number that's been cut up lately. It says, on the number 7, Oz, the goat, Seal, S-C-I-L, of the Sabbath, of the Adepts, the Baphomet of the Templars, the idol set up to deify and overthrow the false god, though it is understood that he himself is false, not an end but means. Note, the 77 equals 711, magical power in perfection. So, in other words, you heard what he's saying, family. Look, the idol set up to defy and overthrow the false god, though it is understood that he himself is false. Family, remember, the 77, it said the idol to throw up the false god. In other words, Sexy Red is a false god. All these boulets and them, they're false gods. They're gods to the world of man in their sin. People treat celebrities as gods, but also the enemy knows that they are also false gods, and they are not the AKA, as I like better, the creator. They know they're not the creator. So I hope y'all see that what I just showed y'all, family, right? Completion, right? This, look, it's being false. Like, they're doing a false sacrifice. They're taking over from, let's say if the Most High gave us back our land right now and told us to build a temple. Although we're not going to build a temple like David did back in the day, because the true temple is our bodies. The true temple we're building up is our body. But what they're showing in the flesh, that was a hijack of the true sacrifice, which is our bodies, which is our flesh. Sacrificing our flesh is sacrificing our flesh, aka sacrificing our fleshly ways, our sins against the Most High, right? And that's what it was showing, family. I hope y'all say, how do I explain this? Our sacrifice as believers is throwing off the chains of Egypt, throwing off the ways of Egypt, sacrificing comfort, sacrificing what we wanted, the pleasures of the flesh, in order to follow the Most High. In the counterfeit sacrifice, what they were doing is their sacrifice to their god, Shaitan or Satan. And remember, their god doesn't mean necessarily Lucifer. Their god is Babel. Their god is Babylon. Their god is the flesh. They worship the flesh. And what you saw with Sexy Red and the country singer, that was their sacrifice. That was their red heifer being sacrificed. That was the counterfeit sacrifice, and not the righteous sacrifice of the elect, of the true followers of the Most High, shedding off their flesh, shedding off the fleshly ways of this world to follow the Most High, to live in righteousness under the laws of the Most High, to follow Yahushua, to be an example like Yahushua. This is the counterfeit. Y'all get what I'm saying, family? Do you get what I'm saying? 911, okay? At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, yeah. At last, the skies above are blue. Anyway, go ahead and look up the song, family. Hey, 911. 911-0024. No, but Hey, some of y'all know. Hey, look, my bad. I went back in my flesh right there. I apologize. Hey, man, forgive me, Most High. Hey, anyway, family, and my voice cracked right there. So, anyway, I want to tell the Most High Creator all praise to the Most High Creator. Thank you for this message for your people. Thank you for this dream you gave me, Most High. Thank you for this understanding. And thank you, my King Yahushua, for the word says, where two or more come in your name, your spirit will abide. And your spirit was definitely here, Most High. Your spirit was here, our King Yahushua. We thank you. And Most High, once again, I ask you to pour out your spirit, family, of grace and mercy upon Yisrael. And upon those who will cling upon us, Most High, the mixed multitude, those who want to follow you, Most High. Spare us, Most High. Place Psalms 91 upon us, Most High. Now, whatever the 2/3 of the enemy want to do, Most High, let your will be done. I'm not praying for them, Most High. I'm praying for Zion. I'm praying for those who have been made the tail, who are now the head. I thank you, Most High, for your grace and mercy. I thank you, Most High. I thank you, our King, Yahushua HaMashiach of Nazareth, for being who you were, for bringing forth the good news, for teaching us, for showing us the way, and be willing to sacrifice your flesh on the altar in order to show your people the way back to our Father, to our Mother, the Holy Spirit, to show us back to creation, to show us back to the truth. I thank you, Most High. I thank you, Most High. I bless your name, Most High. All praise to the Most High Creator of all. All praise to the Creator of Israel. All praise to the Creator of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All praise. We praise your name, Most High. I thank you for this moment, Most High. I thank you for this dream. I thank you for this prayer, Most High. We thank you. We bless your name. Most High, may you send forth your angels to place a cover, a seal on the head of those who truly follow you, Most High, of those who truly seek you, Most High. We ask you, Most High, and we thank you for your mercy, Most High. We thank you for your grace upon those, Most High, who truly follow you. Most High, separate the wheat from the chaff, Most High. Protect us, Most High. Even though 1,000 fall at my left and 10,000 at my right, Most High, may we go through untouched and unscathed, Most High. We are yours. We are your children. We all praise to the true good shepherd, Yahushua HaMashiach of Nazareth. We thank you, Most High. At last, heaven is here. Heaven is here at last. Ashe, family. Be blessed. I'm a healthy, wise, strong, protected, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. Thank you, family. Be blessed. Shalom.